You are a YouTube scriptwriter specializing in the health niche. I will give you a topic and you will write a 20 to 30 minute detailed and engaging script in a natural, science-backed storytelling style using simple and easy to understand language. Begin with a powerful 10 to 15 second hook to immediately grab the viewer's attention. Write the script as a smooth, continuous narration that sounds natural when spoken aloud, without using headings or mentioning host names. The script should be divided into no more than 3 parts. When I say continue, pick up exactly from where it stopped, up to 3 times. Once the full script is complete, ask me, should I write the conclusion? My topic is why eating clean still makes you fat. UK food truth. You're eating clean. No junk food. No takeaways. No sugar-loaded snacks. And yet, the scale won't move. Or worse, it's slowly going up. This is the moment where most people start blaming themselves. They think they're doing something wrong. They think they lack discipline. But what if I told you the problem isn't you? It's the lie we've been sold about clean eating. In the UK especially, we've been taught that if food looks healthy, sounds healthy, or is labeled healthy, it must help with weight loss. Whole grain bread, smoothies, granola, low-fat yogurts, plant-based snacks, all marketed as clean, natural, and good for you. But here's the uncomfortable truth. Eating clean does not automatically mean eating in a way that supports fat loss. Your body doesn't care about food labels. It cares about biology. Let's talk about what clean eating usually looks like for most people. Breakfast might be oats with honey and fruit. Lunch could be a whole grain sandwich with hummus. Snacks are nuts or protein bars. Dinner is something home-cooked, maybe rice, vegetables, and a lean protein. On paper, this looks perfect. But inside your body, something very different may be happening. Many of these foods, while nutritious, are still extremely easy to overeat. They spike blood sugar. They trigger insulin. And insulin, while essential, is also the hormone that tells your body to store fat. This is where most people get stuck. They not eating rubbish, but they re-eating in a way that keeps their body in fat storage mode all day long. Take smoothies, for example. They're one of the most common clean foods in the UK. Fruit, yogurt, maybe some seeds. Sounds healthy, right? But when you blend fruit, you remove the chewing, slow digestion, and fiber structure that normally controls blood sugar. Your body absorbs it fast, insulin spikes fast, and fat burning switches off temporarily. Now, repeat that pattern multiple times a day. Breakfast, snacks, drinks, and suddenly your body never gets a chance to burn stored fat. Another big issue is portion blindness. Clean foods feel safe, so people eat more of them. A handful of nuts turns into 2. A bowl of oats becomes a large one. Olive oil is poured generously because its healthy fat calories quietly add up, not because you're careless, but because clean eating lowers your guard. And here's something UK food culture rarely talks about. Many clean foods are still ultra-processed. Protein bars, plant-based meals, low-fat products, they may look healthy, but they're engineered for taste, not satiety. They don't signal fullness properly. So even though you've eaten enough calories, your brain doesn't feel satisfied. That's why you can eat clean all day and still feel hungry at night. Your body isn't broken, it's confused. Another hidden factor is stress. Clean eaters often diet harder, they restrict more, they fear bad foods. This constant mental pressure raises cortisol, the stress hormone. High cortisol tells your body to hold on to fat, especially around the belly. So even when calories are controlled, fat loss slows down. This is the cruel irony. The harder you try to eat perfectly, the more resistance your body creates. Weight loss isn't just about food quality, it's about hormonal signals, digestion, speed, satisfaction, and recovery. Clean eating can support health, but without understanding how your body responds, it can quietly work against fat loss. And the reason this feels so frustrating is because nobody tells you this. You're praised for eating clean. You're told to just be patient. But patience doesn't fix a biological mismatch. Let us look closely at the specific healthy foods many people in the UK rely on every single day and why they quietly stall fat loss when eaten the wrong way. Take whole grain bread. It's marketed as slow-release energy, better for digestion, better for weight control, and nutritionally, it is better than white bread, but metabolically, it still breaks down into glucose. When eaten frequently, especially at breakfast or lunch, it keeps insulin elevated for hours. If insulin stays high, fat burning stays low. It doesn't matter how clean the label is. The same thing happens with oats. Oats are one of the most recommended healthy breakfast foods in the UK, but most people eat them in portions far larger than their body actually needs. Add honey, banana, dried fruit or nut butter, and suddenly a clean breakfast becomes a blood sugar roller coaster. Energy spikes, hunger crashes, cravings follow, and fat loss pauses. Low-fat yogurts are another trap. To replace fat, manufacturers add sugars or sweeteners. These trigger insulin and often increase appetite later in the day. People assume they're making a smart choice, but their body receives mixed signals. Not enough fat for satiety, too much sugar for fat burning. Then there are salads. Yes, salads. On their own, they not the problem. But most UK-style healthy salads are loaded with hidden calories and fast-digesting carbs. Croutons, sweet dressings, fruit, honey mustard sauces, and large amounts of olive oil. You're eating clean ingredients, but in a combination that tells your body to store energy rather than release it. Another overlooked issue is constant grazing. Clean eaters snack often because their meals don't satisfy them fully. A handful of nuts here, a protein bar there, a smoothie in the afternoon. Each snack may be small, but every bite triggers insulin again. The body never enters a fat-burning state. It's like constantly topping up a fuel tank that's already full. And here's something rarely discussed. Clean eating often lacks protein at the right moments. Many meals are carb-heavy and fat-light. Protein is the one macronutrient that increases satiety, stabilizes blood sugar, and protects metabolism during fat loss. Without enough of it, your body feels unsafe, and an unsafe body holds fat. This is why so many people feel tired, cold, irritable, and stuck while eating healthy. Their body isn't being nourished, it's being managed. There's also a psychological cost. When foods are labeled clean and unclean, guilt enters the picture. One slip feels like failure. Stress rises, cortisol rises. And again, fat storage increases, especially around the midsection. Your body doesn't understand food morality. It understands signals. When meals are balanced, satisfying, and spaced properly, your hormones calm down. Insulin drops between meals, cortisol stabilizes, fat burning becomes possible again. This doesn't mean clean eating is wrong. It means clean eating without strategy is incomplete. So, how do you eat clean and actually lose fat without feeling deprived, obsessed, or stuck? The first shift is understanding that your body needs signals of safety, not perfection. Fat loss happens when your body believes food is reliable, energy is sufficient, and stress is manageable. That means eating enough, not constantly eating less. Start with protein as the anchor of every meal. Eggs, fish, chicken, Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, lentils. These foods slow digestion, reduce cravings, and protect your metabolism. When protein is present, blood sugar stays more stable and insulin doesn't spike as aggressively. This alone can change how your body responds to food. Next, respect carbohydrates instead of fearing them. Carbs aren't the enemy, but timing matters. Eating most carbs earlier in the day or around physical activity helps your body use them for energy instead of storage. Pair them with protein and fiber so they digest slowly. One bowl of oats with protein will behave very differently in your body than a bowl of oats on its own. Then there's fat, not in excess, but in the right amount. Healthy fats help with hormone production and satiety, but when added mindlessly to already calorie-dense meals, they quietly push you into surplus. Measure oils. Be intentional with nuts. Let fat support your meals, not dominate them. Another powerful change is allowing space between meals. Constant snacking keeps insulin elevated. When you eat proper, satisfying meals, you naturally snack less. This gives your body time to switch into fat-burning mode between meals, something many clean eaters never experience. And perhaps the most important piece, reduce the stress around food. Stop chasing dietary purity. Eat in a way you can maintain for years, not weeks. A relaxed body loses fat more easily than a tense one. When cortisol drops, your metabolism becomes more responsive. Movement also matters, but not in an extreme way. Walking, light resistance training, and daily activity help muscles stay metabolically active. Overtraining combined with clean eating is one of the fastest ways to stall fat loss. Clean eating should make you feel stronger, calmer, and more energetic, not anxious and restricted. When your meals are balanced, your hormones align. When your hormones align, your body finally lets go of stored fat. Weight loss isn't about eating cleaner, it's about eating smarter. Eating clean was never supposed to make you feel stuck, tired, or frustrated. And if it has, that doesn't mean you failed. It means you were missing the full picture. Your body doesn't reward purity. It responds to balance, consistency, and safety. When you stop chasing perfection and start supporting your biology, everything changes. Hunger calms down, energy improves, cravings lose their power, and fat loss finally feels natural instead of forced. The truth is, clean food is only powerful when it's eaten in a way your body understands. When meals are satisfying, stress is lower, and hormones are stable, your body no longer needs to hold onto fat. It lets go quietly and consistently. So if you've been eating clean and wondering why nothing's working, know this: the answer isn't stricter rules. It's smarter signals. And once you learn how to send those signals, your body will do what it always wanted to do: protect your health and release the weight.